Hey everybody, whoa! I'm Archeology, this is ICAP, the National Commercial Archeology Preservation Group. You know the cap, like anecdotal cap, and preserve history. But just like the time capsule, same thing. Alright, I've been doing that actually since 2018. Actually, on Christmas Day. I started with the rank history and then I expanded to all kind of commercial. Now, I know, I'm close. Anyway. What was I going to say? I have terrible headache. Okay. Remember last year I did a video on Boeing 747, the Queen of the Sky, my favorite plane. I think I flew once. It was between New York and LA. Newark, actually. LAX, Newark. Taking the red eye. Anyway, I've seen a lot of people like to compare the big two, Boeing and Airbus. It's just very interesting how they compete against each other. I'll have to fly to let you know that. I'm flown since, man, wow. Been a long time already, yeah. 2014 to go to Cancun. Round trip. That's the last time I flew. Time went by fast. 2025. My most frequently flying was between 2017 and 2003. A lot of time, at least one round trip per year. Sometimes be more. Like one trip to Central America, then we flew another plane. Then not the first trip, the second trip, yeah, to Panama from San Jose a week later. Then we stay there 3 weeks, then no 2 weeks more likely, 2 weeks. Then we flew back San Jose, then flew back. Maybe there was 3 weeks. I think more like 3 weeks. Then the following year, we stayed in San Jose. Then the following year, the year 2000, to San Jose. Then the road trip, and their bus destination, but similar to Greyhound, but they go country to country. And when we got to Belize, we're going to take the road trip, but they no. It take a lot longer to get through, to get a lot of back road, and it's bad. Okay, so we flew one way from Belize City to Testacalpa in Honduras. Then the bus down. A couple days later to San Jose, Costa Rica, and then flew home. That was the last trip. Then the following year to Florida, my dad. No, that's my trip to West Palm Beach, 2001. Then again, it's twice, round trip to Florida that year. Then Florida again to my father, this time out in Brandon. So it was pretty active flying, and then it got all quiet since I met them. Alright, now the compare between Airbus and Boeing. Of course, I'm American. I am a big fan of Boeing because of the Queen of the Sky. That's really interesting. It's the way it's shaped. It's obviously they must have studied birds and duck. That's shaped more like a duck with the duck head shape because that's the second level. They stopped producing for consumer use. Now it's right. But they're not really stopping that. They're making new Air Force plane, but they have some delay. They're really behind. I feel bad. They're really getting behind, but we got some new orders from Qatar and the Middle East. Need some more planes for the airline and for the government need. So Boeing's got a real big boat. Whoa! And then there's Airbus, which is made by France. Funny thing. Airbus parts, pretty much 100% of that are made in the United States. So it's actually American-made French airplane company. Boeing makes parts overseas anywhere and assemble it in the U.S. Talk about, they really use planes just to put the body of the plane inside the plane when they deliver it. Here in South Carolina, they make I don't know what models, but they do make here in South Carolina near Charleston. That's a Boeing. State of Washington and South Carolina. There's other airplane company manufacturers like Bombardier, Embraer from Brazil, but they haven't made big one yet. I got a feeling someday they will make big ones because Boeing's a little behind. Airbus kind of a little slow down on the production that they're a little behind because the demand is getting more. And maybe we'll create more jobs because of the deal Trump made with the government over there in the Middle East and airlines asking for more planes. So there'll be new jobs being created here in South Carolina and Washington and the West Coast. Of course, I had dreams that I wanted to have my own airline. It flies different ways than most do. Most of the airlines do WAP. I do WAP and loop and the hopper. Hopper is to go one to another, A, B, C. City and island. Hopper. Different categories. But very expensive. Insurance very high. You know how much they spend per flight? It's a lot more. Passenger tickets is only about this small. You need that much to spend just for a flight. If they didn't, you will have to pay tens of thousands of dollars per passenger to fly. Yet many of the airlines have their own, especially the two. their own models to compete. And they do track. Like, for example, the Airbus 380, the double-decker. They came out with that because they thought that Boeing was going to come out with a new double-decker. Boeing did announce that, but they didn't. It wasn't really planned to build, but they announced possibility. There was a double-decker MD. That's before merger with Boeing. But I don't like it. I can't remember the model number now. But sorry. But it was a scale model shown on Facebook. Oh wow. They had a double-decker. They actually planning on that a long time ago. And for more updated time, they were going to plan to do that under Boeing nameplate. And that's why Airbus hurried with that, and then whoops, they didn't sell very well. Very short-lived, maybe 5 years of manufacturing. That's it. Not too many orders for that. Because a lot of airlines said, oh no, not another 4 engines. That's the answer right there. They rather 2 engines, not 3, not 4, 2. Because it's easier and cheaper per part when you need replacement. But also, it saves on fuel. Because nowadays they know how to make it more efficiency on flying. That you only need 2. You don't need 3 or 4 anymore for that. Unless it's very large, heavy. Like the 747, the Queen of the Sky, and the Airbus 380. So that's why a lot of the customers prefer 350,000 ULR, I think is what it's the model. That used much bigger than the 900 now. It's much bigger and further. Like the Philippines Air order that, start flying there. Because it's easy for them to go from New York to Manila, not stop. The old one, the 900, LR, long range, had to stop in Vancouver for refuel and change the pilot, and then fly to Manila without passengers getting off. Because if you do, you have to get the visa for being in Canada. Because I remember we flew to Mexico. In order to go to Costa Rica, we had to get visa because the plane stayed and passengers got off. The custom guy came out. Oh, we have to do that. So we had to do that. And we speaking English. So all of us had to do that while we were still on the plane. Then flew to San Jose, Costa Rica. Now, so that's the competition with the Boeing 747, which lasts the longest time ever, for many decades of manufacturing and flying. There's very few lots flying for passengers now. But the Airbus 380 double-decker is still flying, but many of them quickly fade out in favor for that more streamlined 350. Now, the 777 would be more comparative to, I believe, the 350. 787, same way. It's much lighter in the capacity. goes a little teeny bit further. Each generation they have each grade of like starting out with 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 1,000. They improvise that save more on fuel, lighter, new capacity material, reduce weight in order to have much more to the miles. Get more and more people packed on the plane. Yeah, packed like a sardine can, tin can. That's bad. The more, the heavier it is. That's why they need more efficiency on fuel than flying. Other models were made differently for different purpose. The Series 700 series belongs to Boeing. The 300 series belongs to Airbus. If you to start your own, you're gonna have different number of series to fly with. I can't remember which one it's for Bombardier and for Embraer airline plane manufacturer. They have their own series and number. If I were to pick, I wanted the 7 because it's got a number, but Boeing got it first. I probably would stick with 8, the 800 series. If I were to manufacture, of course. And it's entirely different. Because they're all 3 and the D. I don't like that. Be 2. D. If it's wide bodies, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, I know less passenger, I know it's more expensive. But that's what I would do. More comfortable. And more have beds. More spaces. Lay back more. And have a good night, guys.